You're live on Joy News today. Now, presidential candidate for the Convention People's Party, CPP, Ivor Kobna Greenstreet, says President Akufo-Addo must immediately reverse the Agyapa Royalties agreement, which he describes as a theft of our resources. Mr. Greenstreet says a CPP administration would not only review the arrangement, it would also look into the agreements between the existing mining companies and government. Government's decision to form a special purpose vehicle to hold 75% of the mining royalties of some major mining concessions and float 49% of this SPV shares on a stock exchange has been criticized by many, including civil society. Ivor Greenstreet says it reveals a wrong mentality towards the management of natural resources in Ghana.
The policy of the party is that we would even review, first of all, through Parliament, renegotiate all contracts we have with these mining enterprises. Because for us, what we're even currently getting is a shocking pittance for what we should be getting for our gold reserves. And it is that pittance which they are selling future for a number of years. And therefore we're tied into a future transaction, which could be another potential bad debt should the successive government try and make an alternative arrangement. So that under no circumstances should that transaction be allowed to go through. It is just similar to the contracts that exist in the oil sector. Currently we run this royalties hybrid system of collecting royalties and taxes from the oil. But if we were to run what's called the production sharing formula, which is run in Nigeria, is run in Senegal, is run in other African countries, from our oil resources, we'd have been earning more than 5 or 6 billion more in revenue than we're getting from these royalties and taxes. Those are funds we could be utilizing to develop our bauxite resources rather than borrowing from China. Those are funds we could be using to enhance the level of our quality of our education and extending it further to even tertiary level. But we believe rather we should focus on how much we can generate from our resources now by better contractual arrangements with those multinationals who are engaged in those processes, rather than tying successive generations to this arrangement, which to us is an aberration, and we call upon it once again.
We can't say it's corrupt with all fairness, can we?
Well, it is a form of corruption, which is a theft of hope, a theft of future opportunity, a theft of a potential for a nation to fully be able to utilize its resources, its God-given resources, for the benefit of its people. That is a sickness that is at the heart of this transaction. And that is why we would wish that the president, who, whether we like it or not, it is like PDS, would withdraw this transaction back. The females I admire are females who fight hard against the men and succeed. So recently we had a Congress. A female fought hard and got elected to become the General Secretary. A female fought hard to become elected as the chairman and leader. This is an appointment as a running mate. Yes, we're all well and good. Yes, Prof is a very well qualified person and up to the task, a former minister. But there are so many women who fight hard to even become elected as parliamentary candidates. And there's so many strong women, both in the NDC and the MPP and other parties, who fight. And those are the ones and the kinds of situation we should admire. And it is more opportunities for females to be contested and not to be given things as though it's some sort of charity or a handout. Oh yes, well, I see it as a gimmick to try and make them look relevant and to try and make the ticket look attractive, and certainly I'm sure it will add some vibrancy to their ticket, and then clearly you can see that she's active, moving around with the campaign, and that is the strategy that they have attempted to employ. And so well, let's see whether it will work for them. I hope it doesn't.
So live on Joy News today with me, Daniel Daze. We'll take a few messages. When we come back, it's time for sports.